What is happening, everyone? Pulled the plug. I'm working at the resort tonight, and I was like, the wind has finally stopped, the rain has stopped, the water is like lime green clear. Look at that. I'm out tonight with Minnie in the Swellfish 390. That's a 12-foot 10-inch inflatable, which I'm absolutely a huge fan of. Super wide and stable. Can stealth along through the shallows over here. Well, I had to get out. Last time I was on the water, we were just doing some filming. Wasn't really angling. But I'm gonna be checking the shallows, like right in some of these shallows here. Sounds like the old Merc. Doing a little spuddy sput. Putting away there. She's, oh. Check the choke. Sounds good. Sounds good enough. I've got two setups with me tonight. I've got a 5104 linear set up with Scientific Anglers clear camo, about a 10-foot leader, ending at 6-pound fluorocarbon tippet. And I've also got a 6104 with indicator rig set up, but I'm looking in shallow water because the ice has only been off 3 or 4 days. This only happens like once a year, and it's probably best in the middle of the day for the surface temps to be at their warmest, but I'm going in. I got a few hours before dark here, so yeah. As we kind of approach the real shallow edges, this is that kind of that mid. It's super green and clear. That kind of mid shoal. A lot of times you'll see cruisers here darting in or out, and I'll usually take note which direction they're heading and kind of try and get an idea of where to anchor up. I don't mind spooking fish right now to go in and see what's going on. Got lots and lots and lots of shoreline to set up with. If I do see them in tight, then I'll go pick a spot, but ideally I'm just coming in to see if they're lurking in real skinny water. There's a dead fish. Oh no, it's a boat float. Good. Haven't seen any dead fish. No mortalities on Sheridan this season, which is nice. Guess the lake's just big enough. There's a lot of springs here. Ooh, there's a nice fish. Sign. Didn't even really get spooked. That fish was like, I could see the trough that he was digging with his nose, which is pretty cool. Digging out like caddis, case caddis, or that's pretty shallow for bloods, or maybe buried a scud and he was pulling it out. Well, that's a good sign. That was one fish. Usually you see a few more in that kind of area. Just gonna keep motoring on and see what else we got. Beauty. Shoals are just spectacular. Don't even have the sounder plugged in. Not even concerned with that kind of water right now. just maybe get a chance to sight fish one tonight and bring you along with me. Yeah. There's usually quite a few in these, along this little Thule line in front of these cabins here, early on in, so I'm gonna make my way through there. If I see two, I'm stopping. Yeah, so I turned around, came back to that first spot that I saw one. I saw the one, not two. But the wind's kind of doing some funky business over that way. And it seems to be coming out of this little bay, which is good. It makes it a little bit easier to cast and fire out into the shallows. I'm gonna hide in the really skinny stuff. I think I'm gonna be able to see better from in tight casting out, which is always good presentation. Yeah. Again, the water's so cold. It's so early that fish are moving in and out. I'm not super cautious about spooking this all out. I'm gonna be casting into this area from in here. So anchoring in there, casting out here. So if they do show up, I know I've caused a bit of a commotion coming in, but I'm looking for hopefully fish that are kind of on the cruise, so just gonna anchor up here. Yeah, it's really shallow. It's kind of a neat anchor ready system that swellfish is fused onto the bow. It's handy. Sometimes I think, you know, rollers are obviously the best, but I'm just gonna sit, let things cool down a bit. I was wrong. There's a bit of a glare coming in from here, and there's no glare in that direction. So I'm gonna paddle out a little deeper so I can see. I want to see the bottom. Don't want to be casting blind tonight. We'll pull her up again. Come on, Fluffy. She's like, again? Moving again? Just gonna row back here. That's where that dude or dudette was. Snarfing around in the shallows. Snorting scuds. But I'm just gonna row out a little bit further. I want to see like almost 100 yards in every direction. And tree lines are super important. When you've got a tree line and its shadow coming down, it gives you good viz. And light refraction is always a strange one. Clouds can change your visibility too, but I like where I am now for sight fishing for sure. I'll just show you. Get a good eye on that dark ledge. You can see 100% when something's coming in from that direction. One tip too, when I'm sight fishing, I'm being very hopeful. You hope you see him, and you hope you get one in casting range, and you hope it bites. But a good tip is to pull out exactly the amount of line that you're perfect at casting with, and no more. Bonefish and tarpon guides sometimes will paint pen mark their clients' fly lines, and it's like, don't pull out more than this. It's gonna get tangled up on the floor, you're gonna misfire and spook a fish. So I always check exactly what I think This is my good, comfortable casting zone. Right about there if I get a little more aggressive. And that's it. That's all I'm working with. I'm not going to pull any more out of the reel. And I've also visualized the distance, how far that went, so I know kind of what zone I can work. So that's the zone I'm smooth and controlled at. That's all I'm gonna use. I might strip out 10 more feet if something's way out of range and I can see them clearly, but that's gonna be my my casting zone. I'm stretching this, just grabbing it at the cork and pulling behind the cork. Just pinching it at the cork and pulling back here. Oh, there's like 3 or 4 nice fish right there. Maybe I'm in, maybe I'm in. Come on, guys. I don't know if you can see them. Oof. They're heading fast. I think they caught the scent of the boat. I might have a chance here. Oof, those are nice fish. They're way back there already. That's a good sign. Whew. Don't know if those got caught on. You can see those in the footage. I'll check after though. They're moving fast. Big fish though. Just saw those same school of 3 or 4 fish just scoot under me here. They're moving fast though. Be big chunky brookies too. I don't know. Can't really see over there, it's just all gray, but the fly's in there. That's all that matters, I guess. Oh, right in front of me, in front of the rod tip. Look at that. Look at those two. Those look like pairing diploids. Yeah, they're aware of me too. Try and get one out in front of them. Yeah, they're moving quicker too. I don't know if you can see them up there. These fish are scooting around in here pretty fast. Might be the boat. It's good though. Oh, there's another one right behind me here. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, there's fish around. They're moving fast. I'm just gonna keep the camera rolling because it's apparent that possibilities are here now. Oh, look at them right in front here. You're gonna see them going under the boat here. Yeah. Yeah, those are darker fish. They're moving quick. Circling around. Huh. It's hard to tell, but they looked a little bit darker. They're trying to hook up or something with each other, not me. Nice to see though. I'm gonna write off that school and not really put the chase on them too much. Looks like buck and does. Buck and does. Looks like diploids, maybe possibly trying to stage back in here. This is like a little kind of strange, shallow, dark patch. You know, when you don't have creeks, fish will pair in weird spots in the shallow like that. And let them do their thing. And what I've chosen for tonight is it's a lime and olive with a fire orange bead and hackle. It's kind of a pumpkin head. I guess you could say it's a pumpkin head. I hate saying that it's a pumpkin head, but it's John Kent sent me these a long time ago, and it's the exact same color as the water, except for that fire orange bead. So I feel like it's a good, I'm gonna piss you off kind of pattern for in here. But if I get denied like 8 times on it, then I'll switch. Well, I've just pulled anchor. I'm gonna row about just a few hundred yards. I've seen now 3 times. Looks like a few different fish. Not really jumping, but a nice rise form, as they'd say. Those fish that were kind of motoring around the shoals over there, the shallows, didn't seem to have eating bugs on their mind, so made a move. I was just about to change this pattern, of course, and then get a bite. Time to change flies. Well, I've made the switch to Sheridan favorite here. It's a brown and gold bleach tractor pattern. This is kind of almost has a root beer look, but with a gold bead head and a loop knot. Something big, because we're getting closer into the evening here. Cause some commotion down there. Moved out just a little bit deeper now, and seems to be a little more activity. I'm gonna let this leech sink. Fish this pocket a little bit deeper and see if anyone's home. Okay. These critters are confusing me. So they're jumping around here. I'm gonna set a cranny at about 5.5 feet. It's deeper water, but I see them kind of playing around in there. And it's later in the evening. It's about 7:30 now, which is not traditional chironomid time, but it's a food source, and it's a light little hanging presentation where fish are moving and feeding on something, which nothing's apparent on the surface, but they just weren't interested in those bigger attractor patterns being stripped through the column. So why not fire this out there and see? Why not? It's a beautiful night. Oof, one just jumped right there. See, there's fish like right 20 feet off of me. Just downsized. Oh, yeah, so there was a take. Okay, that's a good sign. They're interested in the small, just hanging chironomid. That's a Elvis pattern, like a reflective, almost gas-colored chromie. Just weren't interested in the leech or the attractor patterns. There he is, right on. But they're gonna bite the chironomid in the evening, and I'll take it. Smaller fish, nice and chrome though, Minnie's favorites. Nice and healthy. Yeah, lots of power. Yeah, really nice chrome fish there. I'm not gonna stomach sample them with throat pump. Don't have enough time. There's fish moving all around here. It's that little pattern. I don't know if you can see it so well there. Fire it out. See if we can do that again. The wind has shifted actually already, but don't need to be too far. Oh, fish are still jumping, so looks like we got a chance to still possibly hook one. Another one. Yeah, just deeper water. I'm in about 15 feet now, fishing chironomids 5 feet under the indicator in the evening. So all unorthodox stuff, but it works. Just got to kind of improvise. They're in that column though, and they were jumping off the ledge in the deeper water, and kind of moving around, so just wanted to try them shallow and it worked. Shallow is in depth from the Indy. Try another cast out this way. Not really far at all, but they're jumping pretty close to the boat, so why not? Oh, that was another take, the real slight take. Just gonna keep firing them in the same spot there. That was just a little tap. Smaller fish, or I just missed it, but oh, there we go. Yeah, that was a subtle take. The indicator just like moved to the side. That's just a smaller guy. Clearly you could see him take it sideways. That was cool. These little chrome fish here got lots of power. That's a 10-foot 4-inch 6-weight, and first few bolts there are cool. Lots of energy. Fish are in good shape. It's nice to see. This dog wants a piece of those fish. Hey, move yourself back over there. Thank you. Let's get this guy in here. Awesome. Nice little fish. Get you back in. There you go. You can't have a mini. I can lick my hand though. How's that? Probably makes you want them even more. Just gonna fire that back in maybe a few more times. It's interesting, you know, all of the traditional must-dos aren't playing. You know, well, it's interesting, all of the traditional, you know, things to follow, like leech patterns in the shallows when you see cruisers right after ice off. Here I am late in the evening fishing chironomids 5 feet under the indicator in quite deep water. I think it's about 15 or 16 here. But they were there, fish were moving, so, you know, just trying stuff. Oh, Indy's down. There's another one. That one might be better. Yeah, those are good takes. That was a good take, without a doubt. Same. Nice. Nice and healthy. Strong fish. That one's a little bigger. Well, they're keying in on the chronomids, late evening. Chronomids haven't even started hatching much yet at all in the lake. It's only been iced off for a few days, but you know, it's a food source, and it's suspended in the zone where they're active, and you know, they're gonna take it. Oh, so much power. This dog's on the wrong side of the tackle toad. I put my gear bag to block her from coming over here, but she's made her way as close as she can get now. Sniffing over there though. That one's a little better. Nice. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna pack her in. They're still jumping, but gotta go back and make some dinner. Just lets you know and reassures the fact that experimenting is always a good idea, and everything that's supposed to be rule book fly fishing with still waters can go right out the door. Chronomid fishing, 5 feet under the Indy, and I think 16 feet of water at 8 o'clock at night. It's a beautiful sunset happening out there, but I had fun. Fish weren't big, they're scrappy. It's always nice to catch fish in calm water. Thanks again for watching. All your likes, comments, subscribes, they mean a ton to us. They keep the channel throttling. My name's Brent Gill. This is Wait For It Films, and we'll see you next week.